You ever wonder why some people can make you feel like you're the only person in the world? Even if you just met them, they lock eyes, smile, say the right thing at the right time, and before you know it, you're thinking about them when you should be focusing on something else. That's not an accident. That's psychology. And in some cases, that's manipulation. In this video, we're diving into the subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, manipulation techniques people use in love, from mind games to emotional hooks. I'm going to break down exactly how these tactics work, how to spot them, and yes, how they can be used ethically if your intentions are good. Stay till the end, because the last technique I'm going to share is so powerful, most people don't even realize they've been caught in it until it's too late. Part 1. Setting the stage. What manipulation really means in love. Before we jump in, let's clear something up. When people hear the word manipulation, they picture a villain twisting his mustache, scheming to break hearts. But the truth is, manipulation isn't always evil. At its core, it's about influencing someone's thoughts, emotions, and actions. And guess what? Every single relationship you've ever had involves some level of manipulation. Think about it. When you put on your best outfit for a date, you're manipulating appearance. When you tell a story in a way that makes you look more interesting, you're manipulating perception. The real question is, are you doing it to connect or to control? For today, we'll cover both sides, the light and the dark, because knowing both protects you from falling for tricks while giving you tools to attract someone genuinely. Part 2. Technique number 1. The dopamine hook. The first manipulation technique is something I call the dopamine hook. Here's how it works. Humans are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. In relationships, this pleasure comes from attention, validation, and excitement. Some people will flood you with positive reinforcement in the early stages. Constant texting, heart eye emojis on your Instagram, calling you special after knowing you for a week, over-the-top compliments. Your brain responds by releasing dopamine, the same chemical that fires when you win money, eat chocolate, or, let's be real, binge Netflix on a Friday night. The trick, they give you so much of it at once that your brain starts craving their presence just to get the hit. Then, they pull back. Suddenly, the flood becomes a drip, and now, you're chasing. It's the classic push-pull dynamic, a psychological roller coaster that makes people addicted to the emotional highs and desperate to avoid the lows. Ethical use. You can create excitement by being attentive sometimes, then giving space to build anticipation. Unethical use. Stringing someone along just to keep them hooked. Part 3. Technique number 2. Mirroring and the soulmate illusion. Have you ever met someone and thought, wow, they're just like me? That's not fate. That's mirroring, a manipulation tactic, where a person subtly copies your body language, speech patterns, and even your beliefs. If you love hiking, they suddenly love hiking. If you talk fast, they speed up their speech. If you lean in, they lean in. Why does this work? Because your subconscious is constantly scanning for signs of similarity. The more like you someone appears, the safer and more attractive they feel. Now, the advanced version of this is the soulmate illusion. This is when someone mirrors your values, desires, and future goals so closely, you start believing it's destiny. Here's the dangerous part. If done manipulatively, they might be faking it just to win you over. The moment they've secured your commitment, the mirroring stops, and their real self comes out. Spotting this, look for inconsistencies in their stories, and see if they keep mirroring you even when it's inconvenient for them. Part 4. Technique number 3. The scarcity effect. Humans place more value on what's rare, and in love, perceived scarcity can be a dangerous drug. Some manipulators will make themselves unavailable on purpose, not because they're busy, but because they want you to feel like you're losing something rare and valuable. This could look like delayed replies to your texts, saying I'm just so busy, but somehow always finding time for others, giving just enough attention to keep you guessing. Your brain interprets scarcity as worth. It's the same reason diamonds are valuable, not because they're the most beautiful gem, but because they're hard to get. An ethical way to use scarcity? Have your own life, goals, and priorities so you naturally don't have 24/7's availability. An unethical way? Using scarcity as a mind game to keep someone insecure and chasing. Part 5. Technique number 4. Emotional anchoring. This one's straight from the playbook of high-level persuaders. Emotional anchoring is when you attach a specific feeling to your presence. Example, if every time you're around, the other person feels excitement, passion, or deep comfort, their brain starts associating you with that feeling. It becomes addictive. Manipulators will create intense emotional moments, maybe an unforgettable date, a deep late-night conversation, or even a dramatic argument followed by passionate reconciliation. The goal? To make you feel something extreme in their presence, so you subconsciously link that emotion to them. Over time, your attachment to the feeling becomes an attachment to them. To defend against this, ask yourself, do I love this person, or do I love the way I feel when I'm around them? Part 6. Technique number 5. The Future Promise Trap. This one is subtle, but powerful. Some people manipulate by constantly painting a beautiful future with you. Marriage, kids, vacations, dream homes. They create vivid mental images. I can see us living by the beach. Imagine our kids playing in the backyard. The more you visualize it, the more emotionally invested you become. Even if reality shows red flags, your brain clings to that dream. Ethical use? Sharing your genuine vision for the future when you truly mean it. Unethical use? Selling a fantasy you have no intention of delivering, just to keep someone emotionally hooked. Part 7. Technique number 6. Guilt and obligation loops. Some manipulators keep control through emotional debt. They'll do something for you, a big favor, an expensive gift, a grand romantic gesture, and then subtly remind you of it later. Not directly, but with phrases like, after everything I've done for you, I just thought we were closer than this. It creates a loop where you feel like you owe them your time, affection, or even loyalty, long after the original gesture. In love, this can make someone stay in a relationship they're unhappy with, simply out of guilt. The healthy alternative? Give without expecting anything back, and don't let anyone use your gratitude against you. Part 8. Technique number 7. The withdrawal threat. This one is as old as human relationships. When a manipulator feels you slipping away, they threaten, directly or indirectly, to withdraw their love, attention, or even their presence. Sometimes it's subtle, a cold shoulder, short texts, canceling plans last minute. Other times, it's dramatic. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Maybe we're not right for each other. The threat of losing someone can trigger panic, making you rush to fix things, even when you're not at fault. To resist it, you need emotional independence. If you know your worth, you won't beg someone to stay just because they're pulling away. Part 9. Technique number 8. The You Complete Me. Movies romanticize this idea that someone completes you, but in manipulation, it's dangerous. A manipulator will suddenly convince you that you're not enough without them. They'll feed your insecurities while positioning themselves as the cure. No one understands you like I do. I'm the only one who could love you like this. Over time, you start believing that losing them means losing a part of yourself. The truth, a healthy love adds to your life. It doesn't patch holes in your self-worth. Part 10. The ultimate defense against manipulation in love. All these techniques work because they target emotions first, logic second. If you want to protect yourself and use influence ethically, you have to reverse that order. Slow down emotional decisions. Look for patterns, not just moments. And remember, real love grows in stability, not chaos. If someone's love feels like a constant high followed by a constant crash, it's not passion, it's a control cycle. Now you know the playbook. These manipulation techniques are powerful. In the wrong hands, they can destroy trust, but in the right hands, they can help you connect deeper, create attraction, and build something real. If you found this eye-opening, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. And remember, love is the most powerful force we have, but only if it's honest. This is Silent Tribe, and I'll see you in the next one.